glitter lens, and it makes sense to have the movement speed there to protect you.
Yeah, so lining it up, it looks like the Tigers trying to go with that hyper carry of the Twitch. Try to go to that late game, trying to protect this Twitch and have that extra damage coming out of the Taliyah. Taking another look. This time we're going to see Septed on the Cassiopeia. We've already seen the Jhin, Tom Kench before. And this time Malrong gets to play the Lee Sin and even the Rumble. The changed Rumble is going to come in for Ever 8.
They do have some comfort picks, but Lindarang is going to be on that Renekton into a nerfed Rumble, at least for that early stage of the game. So they have some pressure to the top side, which might not allow the early game for Ever to go their way. Mickey's Weaver's Wall can help Sangyun so much, but for these compositions, Ever has a larger margin of error with this comp without a tank and with the early game having to go so much their way, dealing with a late game Twitch and no protection.
Well, here we go, guys. It is the tiebreaker. Who's going to take Game 3 and the series? Let's find out on the Rift. Here we go. Kind of the solo queue invade from Ever 8. Run down mid towards that blue side. They do get spotted out by a ward because they actually do ward in competitive.
I ward in my solo queue games. Able to proc the Twin Fang. The cooldown was, it's 0.5 when it's this low when you proc that poison. So a bit of a misplay. I'm going to say that I think he could have had that.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but here comes the hero Malrong trying to make it work onto someone, but he's taking a lot of damage, and finally Septed able to pick up a kill with the poison on the back end.
The Toad goes for the surround, and while it looked...
Spotting Mickey here, and look at how much he's already chunking him down. Exhaust forced to come out, missing that knock over the side of his glove, and there is Ella coming in from the bottom lane.
Oh, Mickey.
So they're trying to collapse. Will they get there in time? It doesn't look like it. Just not collapsing soon enough. Can they actually kill him is the question. Looks like Ella going for the flash, can't get the Devourer off. And here's Sangyun in the perfect Weaver's Wall, trying to come from behind. Meanwhile, Septed trying to make something happen all by himself, but he will be taken out. Now Ella trying to go for the Devourer onto Sangyun. Lots of low members on the side of ROX, but Ever just cannot clean up.
And Mickey came in with such a sick Weaver's Wall. There he is, blocked out both the carries, forced them to tank the entire rest of the team. Duel forced a flash out, but he was already too low, could not take out Mickey. And now they're going to walk away with that tier 1. And a bizarre chain of events there from Malrang, standing completely still onto the turret after taking Herald. I think he could have walked away, flashed somewhere. Like,
he just
okay, he got it.
It's like,
I mean, there's kick. I mean, yeah, he could have not had safeguard, but they're on the equalizer, but there's just not enough damage yet when the carries have already been isolated.
This is the Mickey we want to see, with that kind of Weaver's Wall to cut him off, help Sangyun get that consistent damage even early on in the game. And even though it opens up the equalizer that you were talking about, they had enough of an advantage from there.
It's a Rumble that doesn't have item stability in here.
Uh-oh, Lindarong in a heap of trouble. Equalizer coming down, slice and dice. Can't get him out of the way, even though the Q of the Lee Sin does miss. Lindarong, 1v4, cannot make it work.
That's a spree, and that's good forever. Now they're sitting at a goal lead that's growing their way.
Nothing really trying to engage on here. This avoids from behind. Perhaps Septed is all alone. He's trying to do something. I swear this has happened so many times in this series where one person just gets caught out alone.
You need to call the MIAs. You need to understand that if Twitch is missing, that he can ambush you with him and Lulu, who can lurk in the shadows and accelerate the people. You should be able to turn it into at least a 1-for-1.
Okay, there's the Abyssal Voyage, but it's Malrong and Ella all alone. The immediate Devourer saying, hey, we got to get out of here. Throws him into him. They're looking for the kill onto Mickey. Getting extremely low. One more hit will do it. Finally, Ella able to tongue slap him to death. And they will just trade the 1-for-1.
And taking down that mid laner could open up the map for either this Dragon or the mid tier 1.
Malrong is spotted, looking for Duel. Can he get on top of him, trying to actually stun him? But look at Mickey actually getting knocked off the wall. Wild Growth is going to keep him alive for now. Does knock down that wall. Meanwhile, up in the top left, Linderong was trying to go 1v3 and does get taken out. Equalizer coming down. Songyun taking a bit of damage. Him and Key at half health, trying to just kite as much as possible. The big flash forward from Septic, trying to get a couple of kills. That'll net them 3, and that should be the Baron going over to Everett.
Oh, and ROX's attempt again just has no sense with everybody going on to different targets. They immediately have Renekton and teleport behind, but he's going into Atam Kench with nobody close to follow through. They have no issues with turning onto him, and while ROX Mickey attempts to take down Septed, it just wasn't even close as everybody else collapsed as well. And this is just what happens when you try to make the individual plays and the enemy team play as a team.
So that's going to net them just so much. The Baron into the Tier 1 mid that they finally take out. The Tier 2 top doesn't get taken out by Septed. They're all just holding a ton of gold at this point. A couple of items picked up from Malrang there. And you can see what happens in the top lane. Linderong, he's all alone, and Mickey couldn't get there in time. Malrang and Septed right there to knock him off the wall.
Oh, yeah, they intercepted him, actually, so he got greedy. So it wasn't that much. Thing is, that teleport, all that matters is Twitch. If Twitch isn't there, nobody else is dying.
The play from Septed, the double stun, and then
just a beautiful flash ultimate there. We know he can play Cassiopeia, so going for these plays is no late game and have a huge team fighting impact, but they just refuse to go for that time.
Oh, looking for Septed here. He stepped a little bit too close to the Gragas. They will take him out. Look at Songyun in the back, totally protected. Deadly Flourish trying to save Ella's life. They might just leave him to the Wolves here. Even opening up that curtain call. Not going to do all that much, just a bit of poke damage. Forced to give up 2 members.
That was an MVP.
Let's see when they decide to do it. Moving forward onto the Malrang. Weaver's World comes out, and look at that. Helper all alone. Should be able to get him after that. Sonya is nicely timed by Sungwon, and they get another pick.
It's risky to siege if you don't have vision of everybody else. Talia specifically, that Weaver's Wall that comes out from the side
of the wall, so they cannot get him. Weaver's Wall won't connect this time.
So here's how Ever should probably play this fight. You gotta kick Twitch out.
Okay, they try to get that stun, the immediate QSS, and he gets popped down all alone, and Key sitting on top of that Rumble ultimate is not going to survive either. They trade back 1 kill onto Malrang, but the rest of them, they're on the run. Linderong is going to be slowed up. Septed going deep, looking for that kill. He's going to pay for it with his life. Mistakes across the board. What? Linderong trying to TP. I spoke too soon, and they take him out as well on the back.
That's what I was saying, right? The advantages that Ever got came out of ROX's mistake. They opened up in such a greedy way. Songyun thinking he's immortal and gets taken out right away. So, okay, the Engage had come out with the Weaver's Wall that faded. So already it looked like it was already out, but there is no peel here. Gragas isn't even close. He opens up by himself, takes everything that Ever can throw at him, and immediately dies. Had this been played out properly, Ever's approach should have likely been that you need to have Lee Sin kick out Twitch when he uses his ultimate so that he no longer has that extra range, which is such a difficult thing to do, but the most proper play. Now he has no flash.
They're waiting in the brush. They're saying, okay, if you want to fight, we can do this. Mickey from the left side looking for that seismic shove. Rumble just going to be eaten up by Ella here. And Mickey's still coming from behind. Still looking for this. Big redemption here. Malrang on the right side looking for the Twitch, but uh-oh, where did Duel go? He just disappeared, and Songyun, this time he's got the peel, looking to take down that entire backline, and all of a sudden, Everett, they're just being torn apart by the ROX Tigers. Malrang trying to be a hero, looking for 1 kill if he can. Looks like he will be able to get it. Can he actually get out of this one? Songyun still on the chase. Nice slow there from the Glitterlands. And they will be able to get the ace over the ROX Tigers.
And we can tell what team is ever watching. It's Longju, the one, or Afrika, the one team that ends up taking Baron and dies right away. They had everything. They could have just left, but Malrang, he just went for some crazy wraparound, thinking that the fight would happen around Baron, but instead it happens around the lane. Lee Sin's not able to participate in the...
They don't have any control wards left over. If you look at the inventory of the Tigers versus Ever8, they have a lot, and oh boy, could be a pick here onto Ella and Duel as well. The equalizer comes in, but Linderong from the side. They are going to take out Ella and Duel. The 2-for-1 here. He trying to be taken out, but look at that damage from Zongyun. Septic can't even get close. Helper all alone will surely meet the same fate, and that should be the game going over to the ROX Tigers.
What are they doing? They're standing in mid lane by themselves. There's a Twitch missing, and Sangyun just pulls the trigger right away. This is game over. What? Oh, there you go.
The sad solo Baron. Oh, Malrang.
He's not going to get the execute in time.
He is tanking the turret, because why not at this time? So 3 pretty long games, I guess, outside of the game 2, which was one of the shorter ones, but 2 long games, as the Tigers do eventually take out the series in a 2-1 victory.
And so much of it was the ROX Tigers being aggressive. They were the assertive team in this series for the most part, especially in that 3rd game. And while some of their moves end up backfiring, and you, as expected, it's not a team that is even in the middle of the pack right now.